Good morning, third grade. Welcome back to another music lesson with yours truly, Mrs. Smith. It's so nice to see you again, and hopefully I will see you guys this afternoon at 3 for office hours. Feel free to pop in if you have any questions for me about any of your assignments. Like I said in your stream message this morning, we are slowly moving towards the end of the first 9 weeks. So I want to make sure that all of your assignments are turned in. If you need any help or have any questions, again, feel free to shoot me an email. We can set up an individual Google Meet, or we can always just talk in those office hours that I offer Mondays. So let's get started with week 9. Today is October 19th. Please make sure that you are just sitting in a nice quiet space where you can do your music lesson. This way you will have the utmost concentration. All right, so today we have our warm-up as we always do. We have Alabama Gal. We are doing some new things. We have a There Was an Old Woman, which is our nice seasonal Halloween song. And then I'm going to be going over some of your assignment details for this week. So for our rhythms, anytime you have a ta, can you please snap? Or if you can't snap, which it took me a long time to learn how to snap, you can crab. So crab or snap on tas, clap on the TTs. I'm going to give this one to you first, so you try it in the beginning. So you're going to do it first, and I will echo you. 1, 2, here you go. Ta, T, 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 ta. Nice. All right, this time you echo me. Ta, T, T. Oop, I did that backwards. My turn first, please. Ta, T, 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 ta. Your turn first. Ta, go. Ta, T, T, ta, ta. My turn first. Here I go. Ta, ta. From the beginning, my turn first. Ta, T, 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 ta. Your turn first. Here you go. Ta, T, T, ta, ta. My turn first. Last one here. Ta, ta. Fantastic, everyone. So we know that our staff, it has 5 lines. And then how many spaces does it have? 1, 2, 3, 4. We know that our notes can either go in a space like our do, so, me is, or friends, our notes can actually go on a line. So notes can either go in a space. Go ahead and make your hand look like mine. If my head is a note, we can have a line on the bottom of it, one line on the top. So our notes can either go in a space or they can go on a line. And that would look like the line is cutting the note in half. So can you make your head be in a space? Make your head be on a line. Nice job. All right, friends. So we know that if do is in a space, me is on the space above it. And we know that if me is in a space, so is in the space above that. So friends, can you please sing do, so, me? My turn first. Do, so, me. Nice job. My turn first, please. Ready, my turn, here I go. Do, me, so. Do, so, me. Do, me, so. Thank you, third grade. That was awesome. All right, friends, so we have our Alabama Gal. Sit up nice and tall. Make sure that you have enough room to breathe. Sit up nice and tall, shoulders back. Sing with me, please. You should have it by now, but if you don't, you can listen first. Come through now, hurry. Come through now, hurry. I'll show you how, I'll show you how, I'll show you how, Alabama gal. Ain't I rock candy, ain't I rock candy, ain't I rock candy, Alabama gal. Buy yourself and here you go. I'm going to challenge you. I want you to try and sing the whole song with your eyes closed, and you're going to clap the rhythm while you are singing with your eyes closed. So an example of that would be, come through, now hurry, come through, now hurry. Eyes closed, clap the rhythm the entire time. You got this. Go. I'll show you how. Nice. All right, friends. So, moving on. We have a piece of our song. We have the first two lines of it. The come through, now hurry, come through, now hurry, come through, now hurry, Alabama gal. So, our Alabama gal, can you tell me if this first note right here, where my cursor is, and I can circle that for you. This note here, can you raise your hand if you think that note is on a line, or if that note is in a space? Raise your hand if you think it is on a line. Raise your hand if you think it is inside of a space. Raise your hand if you think it is on a line, looking like the line is sort of cutting the note in half. Raise your hand if you think it is inside of a space. It is on a line. So friends, if I tell you that the last note in that group, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th note, if I tell you that that note is D for do, if do is on a line, mi is on the line above it. So friends, if do is on line 2, what line number would mi be on? We know that there are 1, 2, 3. This looks, my handwriting with the scribble tool looks so silly, and I apologize, 3rd grade. 4 lines. You know that we have 5 lines on our staff. Whew. So if do is on line 2, if do is on a line, mi is on the line above it. So if do is on line 2, what line number would be right above it? 3, exactly. So if do is here, we need to go up to the next line, which would be this note. So we know that mi has to be right there. Do you see? And out of these 5 notes, we have note 1. Oop, that went away. We have note 1, note 2, Ah. 2. We already know what 3 and 5 are, but we do not know what 1, 2, and 4 are. Out of note 1, note 2, and note 4, are any of them also me? So we're looking for notes on line 3. Line 3 are where our me's are. Do you see any other notes on line 3? Yes, note 1 is also on line 3. Perfect. So we have our do's and our me's. Can you please say if me is on a line, if me is on a line, so is on the line above it. Say if me is on a line, so is on the line above it. Perfect. So boys and girls, there is one so remaining. Can you raise your hand if you think so is note 2 right here? Or can you raise your hand if you think so is note 4? Raise your hand if you think note 2 is so. Raise your hand if you think note 4 is so. I would agree with our 2's. The reason why, friends, the reason why note 2 is so is because if you count up from the very bottom, 1 line, 2, 3, 4. That one is on line 4, which we know that so is going to be on line 4. Now, friends, this note here, is that on a line or is it inside of a space? What do you think? Does it look like there are 2 lines sort of hugging it, like the bottom and the top? Or does it look like a line is cutting it? I would agree with the space, because if you look very, very closely, friends, there's a line right below it. There's a line right on top of it. So that means that that note is inside of a space. Do we know what goes in between me and do? If we look back here, have we encountered anything in between me and do yet? No, we haven't. So friends, that's a mystery that we need to solve next week. What goes in between me and do? Stay tuned till next week. All right, friends, so we have our spooky song. We have Skin and Bones, which is our seasonal Halloween song, because remember, we can use music to celebrate holidays. We can use music to celebrate life events that are going on in the world. You can use music to celebrate pretty much anything in your life. So friends, I want you to listen to the song and just close your eyes, just as a nice little refresher. Listen, please. There was an old woman, all skin and bone. Ooh. One night she thought she'd take a walk. Ooh. She went down by the old graveyard. Ooh. She saw the bones a-lying around. Ooh. She went back to her She went back to her little house. Ooh. She went to the cupboard to get a broom. Ooh. She opened the door and boom! Did it scare you? One of these days, third grade, I will scare you. So this song is what we call a call and response. The call is all of the lyrics, like there was an old woman, all skin and bones. The response is the ooh. This time, I'm going to sing all of the parts that are the call, and I would like you to sing all of the responses, meaning you are going to sing all of the ooh. You are the response. Mrs. Smith is the call. So I sing all of the text, you sing all of the ooh. Let's try it. Get your spooky on. Ready, my turn. There was an old woman of skin and bone. One night she thought she'd take a walk. She went down by the old graveyard. She saw the bones a-lying around. She went back to her little house. She went to the cupboard to get a broom. She opened the door and boom! Nothing. Man. All right, friends, this time, when you are singing the response, because I sing the call, you sing the response. When you sing the response, can you please do this? Now remember, if you can't snap, which that's totally fine, because remember, Mrs. Smith couldn't snap until like a year ago. Didn't know how to snap. Can you please keep the beat with your snaps or with your crabs? I want you to keep the beat with your crabs or your snaps. So if you were singing the response while you're keeping the beat, it would sound like this. Now, can you raise your hand if your hands are doing the same thing as your voice? Raise your hand if your hands are doing the same thing as your voice. They are not. So this is why this is going to be a little bit tricky, third grade. Your hands are doing a rhythm that's completely separate from the melody that your voice is singing. You are going to keep a beat with your snaps or with your crabs. I will be keeping that beat with you. So your snaps and your crabs are going to be matching what my xylophone is doing. Get the beat. Snap, 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 crab, crab, snap, snap. Don't forget to sing the response. There was an old woman of skin and bone. Ooh. One night she thought she'd take a walk. Ooh, that's your part. She went down by the old graveyard. She saw the bones a-lying around. She went back to her little house. She went to the cupboard to get a broom. She opened the door and boom. Did I get you? One of these days, third grade. All right, so you're coming back to me. moving around. All right, so I'm gonna bring you back. Okay, so you used to just see me. All right, so we are doing something different this week for an assessment. Last week I had you submit you are identifying solfege patterns. So you are identifying do, mi, or so. This week, you are going to be submitting a recording of yourself singing Alabama Gal. So if you're wondering, well, Mrs. Smith, how do I do that? This is how you do it. So in your assignment, it is going to look, let me present again. It's going to look like this. You're going to see, good morning, third grade. Welcome back for another music lesson with Mrs. Smith. For this week, it's going to say, please, for this week, please do the following. 1, watch and participate with Mrs. Smith's, silly typos, entire lesson video. 2, watch Mrs. Smith's Nearpod how-to video. 3, submit a Nearpod recording of yourself singing the song Alabama Gal. To do that, you're going to click this. It says Nearpod Alabama Gal recording. Click that. It will open to this page. It says, welcome to your lesson. In the first box, you're going to type your name. My name is Mrs. Smith, so I'm going to type my name. You're going to click Join Lesson. It's going to say open-ended question. Then, at the top, the directions say this. Now it's your turn. Please listen to Mrs. Smith's recording of Alabama Gal by clicking the blue arrow that is located towards the top of the slide. Third grade, that blue arrow is right here. Use her recording to practice singing along. When you are ready to record, click the red microphone button at the bottom of the slide, right here. When you click this, third grade, then you will be able to sing into your computer or device, and it will record what you are doing. If you are unhappy with your recording, you can delete it and record it as many times as you want. After finding a recording that you are happy with, click the Submit button towards the bottom of your screen, which is right there. So if you want to listen, you're going to click the blue arrow, which is right here. Here is Alabama Gal. You might not be able to hear me sing. Now hurry, come through, now hurry, come through, now hurry, Alabama Gal. But you can see the blue line that is going along with the recording. So click that to play. When you are ready, click the record button. If you are not happy with it, then you delete it and you just try it again. You can do that as many times as you want until you're comfy. After you hit record and you're happy with it, then you hit submit. When you submit it, it will be sent to me. You do not need to share it. You do not need to do anything else. Just hit the submit button. It will come back to me. After you submit your Nearpod recording, then I need you to go back into your Google Classroom, which I will just go to Ms. Brands. You will go into your classwork and you will click Mark as done on your assignment. That way I know that you did everything. So it is very important that you get this assignment as well as your other ones for music since the beginning of the year turned in, because I will be inputting grades very soon for your music class. So that's a lot of things for you to do for this week. Watch the video, watch the Nearpod how-to video, submit your recording of Alabama Gal, click Mark as done for your whole week 9 assignment. If you have any questions, third grade, please pop into office hours. You can bring a family member, parent, whoever is helping you at home. Feel free to bring them. I will go over everything for this week's assignment there. Or you can send me an email, or if you would like an individual Google Meet one-on-one, I can do that as well. I'm here to help you. I'm here to do whatever you need to ensure that you are successful. So hopefully I will see some of you later at 3 o'clock for office hours. Like I said, send me an email, whatever you need. I'm here to help you. So I hope everybody, if I don't see you, that is okay. If I don't see you, have a great rest of your day. And if I do see you, I will see you later. So 3rd grade, have a great day, or I shall see you later in office hours. Bye, everyone. See you soon.